Please guide me, teacher. Luofong listened carefully. Primal Chaos City Master laughed. No matter which whirlpool passage you go to, the Northern Border Alliance will probably have arrangements. So what you need to do is, don't go near any vortex passage. Luofong was startled. He vaguely understood what his teacher was thinking. Teacher, what you mean is? Luofong said, I'll aimlessly fly further and further on the Primal Star, and not get close to any of the whirlpools. Yes. Primal Chaos City Master nodded. You don't go to any whirlpool passageway, instead stay far away from the place where the Sword River Azura God Sword appeared. At the very least, it would be very difficult for those universe overlords to even touch you. The only way to capture you is to wait for the Lord of the Universe of the Northern Frontier Alliance to descend. Luofong nodded. It was true that he would not be in much danger if he did not go to the vortex passageway, but the enemy Lord of the Universe would eventually descend. At that time he would have no choice but to surrender. Your disguise is useless in front of the Master of the Universe. The Primal Chaos City leader said, that's why you don't even need to disguise yourself. You just need to let your golden horned beast and 9 underworlds clone move separately. Leave the treasures and everything else with the 9 Nether clone. As for the Masters of the Universe of the Northern Frontier Alliance, they will only be looking for the 2 giant beasts of space. Even if they see your 9 Nether clone, they will not be able to recognize it. The Primal Chaos City Master said, there are many universe paragons on the Primal Chaos Star. If you were to disguise yourself, you might be discovered. However, you don't need to disguise yourself as the 9 Nether doppelganger. You can reveal your true self. Luofong smiled. Hence, even if he kills the golden horned beast, he won't be able to find any treasures. The Primal Chaos City Master said, at that time he will start to investigate all the experts on the planet. But he doesn't dare to act recklessly. If your 2 clones split up, you'll definitely be able to delay them for a long time. I must have arrived at that time. The Primal Chaos City Master said, as long as you persevere until I descend on that planet, then you will have succeeded. Luofong nodded, yes teacher. This method was very simple. It was to let Luofong stall for time. Stall for time so that he wouldn't walk right into their trap. As long as he could endure until the Primal Chaos City Lord descended, it would be a success. It was a very simple method, and precisely because it was simple it had few flaws. Go. The Primal Chaos City Lord instructed. Remember what I said. Also, the Master of the Universe of the Northern Alliance might arrive before me. The moment he arrives, don't let him discover any flaws. I understand. Luofong nodded. The human domain's primal secret realm, Thousand Treasure River. Hung Long Long, that majestic Thousand Treasure River disappeared and transformed into a shirt that covered the body of a 10,000 kilometers tall Primal Chaos City Master. The Primal Chaos City Master was wearing the Thousand Treasure robe and holding a broken stone rod. He stood in mid-air barefooted and looked into the distance. At the same time he said, I will make a trip to the Primitive Star and will be back soon. Stop researching your ultimate technique and help me guard the primitive mystic realm. Yes, senior brother. A voice rang out around the Primal Chaos City Master. The Chaotic City Master nodded. He took a step forward in the air and disappeared without a trace. Where is Chen Baoha? The Thousand Treasures River disappeared. I'm afraid teacher has gone out. Some of the universe venerables and many servants in the palaces within the Thousand Treasure River discovered that the mighty Thousand Treasure River had disappeared. Luofeng's earth body too stood outside the palace and looked into the distance. Let's hope everything goes smoothly. Luofeng thought. The closest whirlpool path to the origin of the Sword River Luo God Blade led to the other side. As a beam of light neared. Lord Man K is here, and with his domain-type Supreme Treasure, we have the 3rd layer of defense as well, which makes us even more confident. No matter how powerful that space beast is, even if it's a special life form, even if we 6 universe overlords can't beat it, we can still use our various techniques to trap it. He definitely won't be able to escape. There's news that on the Primitive Star, the warriors of the Great Alliance seem to be preparing to kill those 2 space beasts. Trouble. What do we do, defend here? Relax, the Primitive Star is huge and we can't teleport within the God Country. How would it be easy to surround and kill them? We'll follow the plan and defend here. The whirlpool path to the outside world in the forest below. Palace Leader Qi Shui, Lowly Knight, you 2 are here. Logically speaking, you 2 should be the first to arrive. I heard from Wangjia Knight that you 2 went to the surroundings to observe the situation. There were already a total of 7 silhouettes hiding in the forest. Lowly Knight and Palace Leader Qi Shui, who had just arrived, swiftly landed. Simultaneously Palace Leader Qi Shui snorted coldly, of course to observe the situation. What, you think we'll go deal with the space beasts? Hard to say. Palace Leader Qi Shui and Lowly Knight snorted coldly. If I went to deal with the space beasts, would I return so quickly? From here to the origin of the Sword River Luo God Blade, just flying back and forth would take a long time. Palace Leader Qi Shui looked coldly at the foreign life form with close to 1,000 claws. Don't talk nonsense when you don't even have a shadow. Palace Leader Qi Shui and Lowly Knight glanced at Wangjia Knight too. Wangjia Knight immediately knew that they had failed. Luckily I spent some resources and treasures to fully recover my body. Palace Leader Qi Shui scanned the surroundings and immediately sat cross-legged, thinking, if my body was damaged and they noticed, there would definitely be trouble. At this moment, rumble. In the whirlpool passage above, 2 silhouettes suddenly appeared. Look. There's movement. The 9 warriors of the North Border Alliance looked up at the sky. Don't be anxious, it's the universe warriors that entered from the outside world, 2 of them from the Hong Alliance. It's another 2 from the Hong Alliance. What's going on? Why are the Hong Alliance warriors coming one after the other? This made the warriors of the North Border Alliance feel uneasy. Lowly Knight spoke softly, we found news of the Sword River Luo Godblade, maybe the Hong Alliance found it too. Wangjia Knight, hurry and report back to the Alliance. Once the Hong Alliance fights with us, it'll be troublesome. Okay. Ever since news of the Sword River Luo Godblade had spread in the virtual universe, large amounts of warriors wanted to rush over, some just to join in the fun. They all knew that the Sword River Luo Godblade would definitely cause a huge commotion. How could they miss such an opportunity? Hence, some of the closest universe supremacies arrived one after another, and there were still many powerhouses on their way. On the primal planet Luofong was in, the undercurrents were already surging. Many of the Hong Alliance's warriors were heading towards the location of the Sword River Luo Godblade. The North Border Alliance was organizing and planning. After Luofong and the Primal Chaos City leader finished their conversation. So, a beam of light swiftly flew into the distance. There's a mountain forest not too far from here. The golden horned beast gazed into the distance, flying at sub-light speed. Once I reach the mountain forest, I'll let the golden horned beast and my ocean clones split up. The golden horned beast's speed was extremely fast, very quickly reaching the air above the mountain forest and diving down. Hua! As it dove into the forest, the golden horned beast suddenly stopped, its claws stepping on a thick ancient tree branch. At the same time, the golden horned beast slightly turned its head to look at its wings, only to see the golden wings trembling slightly. What's going on? Luofong was extremely shocked. The killer Wu's wings that had fused with the scales were madly trembling, ong 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 ong. The trembling was extremely fast, and it wasn't under Luofeng's control at all, almost as though there was a special energy source in the distance that was madly attracting Luofeng's killer Wu's wings. Almost like a magnet. It was trying its best to attract the killer Wu's wings. The killer Wu's wings have long recognized its owner. Luofeng was extremely shocked. A treasure that recognizes an owner will definitely follow the owner's orders. How can there be an uncontrollable situation? In that direction. The golden horned beast looked up into the distant sky. He felt that if he didn't suppress it, the killer Wu's wings would bring him directly in that direction. What's going on? In the direction that Luofeng sensed in the distant sky, there was a silhouette standing there. He had a god body of about 8 m tall with a thick pair of legs and a total of 8 arms. His entire body seemed like it was made of metal without a single strand of hair. His head was even more shiny. He looked exactly like an automaton. This 8-armed bald automaton was dressed in black armor, on his back was a pair of black wings. Ong ong ong. The black wings were slightly trembling. Even though the trembling was small, it was still trembling madly. The 8-armed bald knight turned to look at his own wings, and then at the direction of the gravitational force. What's going on? My wings are treasures, I've controlled them for trillions of years, I've never encountered a situation where I can't control them. He was strong, his position was respected. When the primal planet opened, he had experienced a total of 8 times, even more dangerous and terrifying situations, and this was the first time his wings had gone out of control. Just what's the reason? The 8-armed bald knight's eyes gleamed coldly. So, with a flap of his wings, he became a peculiar black beam of light, swiftly heading in the direction he sensed. The golden horned beast stood on a branch, his wings slightly extended, looking up into the distant sky. He could clearly feel that the gravitational force was getting stronger and stronger, almost as though the source of the gravitational force was getting closer and closer. It's that direction. Black dot. The golden horned beast immediately saw a black light. Within the light, there was a black dot swiftly getting closer. It was obviously an absolute warrior. It's him. The golden horned beast looked up and stared. And the black light was getting closer. Simultaneously looking down in this direction, he too saw the golden horned beast with the golden wings. The two of them saw each other. Their gazes met. No, it's the wings on his back. The golden horned beast's gaze swiftly landed on the black wings on the warrior's back. And the 8-armed bald knight looked down, his gaze also landing on the golden wings of the golden horned beast. The two of them almost simultaneously felt the two wings attracting each other. Don't tell me my wings are just a part of some treasure? Luofong was shocked, followed by ecstasy. My wings, don't tell me they're damaged? The 8-armed bald knight too revealed a look of ecstasy. The two's gazes met. Their killing intent wasn't hidden at all. No wonder back then when I acquired the killer Wu feather, even though it recognized me as its owner, there wasn't any detailed information. I thought that it was because the expert who created the Wu killing wings didn't leave any message in it. Now it seems the killer Wu feather is just an incomplete treasure. And the Primal Chaos City teacher told me back then, that in the universe no other life forms know of its existence, and he also said, he didn't create it. Obviously its origin is very mysterious. As for the detailed information on killing Wu Yue, it was the Primal Chaos City Master teacher who wrote it down in a book for me. Luofong still remembered that book. The book had detailed information regarding the killer Wu feather, regarding its 3 forms. It was also discovered by the Primal Chaos City leader after his research. Back then it was recorded that the origin of the killer Wu feather was mysterious, its material was extremely sturdy, even universe lords and other great beings couldn't break it. Luofong was getting more excited. Right, I've always had my doubts, because a truly strong universe lord can totally break through a normal treasure. However, the information the Primal Chaos City leader gave me said that the material was extremely sturdy, definitely impossible to break through. I've always thought, my Killer Wu Feather's material was slightly special. From the looks of it now, my Killer Wu Feather is simply an extremely powerful part of a treasure. This part's material is naturally extremely high quality. Luofong had some guesses and doubts within, but at this moment he was enlightened. Treasures that had already recognized their owners could still attract each other. It was unbelievable. The two were originally one, only this could explain everything. The golden horned beast looked up into the sky, the eight-armed bald warrior in midair too looked down at the golden horned beast. Many thoughts instantly flashed through the minds of both of them. Actually, during the many years they'd been using their respective wings, they'd sensed that their wings were different from ordinary treasures. However, neither of them dared to say that they were merely damaged treasures. After all, it was inconceivable. Like the Thousand Treasure River, it was said that over 1,000 treasures complemented each other. Its power was endless. If one were to completely dismantle it, every treasure would have its flaws. It would probably only be able to unleash the power of the top treasures. Luofeng's Killer Wu Feather, however, was very comfortable using it. It was definitely a very qualified normal treasure. Even a broken part is so perfect. Luofeng thought, if it were to be completely reassembled, what would it be like? The flowing light wings have saved me many times. Even though I'm a hegemon of the universe, this flowing light wings, which is regarded as an ordinary supreme treasure, has never disappointed me. The eight-armed knight gazed down at Luofeng, so the flowing light wings were actually part of a powerful treasure. No matter what, we have to get the other part. Once these two supreme treasures are combined, there will definitely be a qualitative change, and their power will increase explosively. The golden horned beast looked up at the silhouette in midair. One had to know that the human race had records of all the famous tyrants in the universe. Luofeng naturally memorized them all. Other than a few hidden absolute warriors, Luofeng could recognize most of them. The overlord of the automaton universe, Supremacy Tian Hou. It is said that he has 3 supreme treasures. One is an ordinary supreme treasure armor, one is an ordinary pair of wings, and the last is a high-grade supreme treasure, the 8-light shuttle. He's a divine general candidate for divine general Xingguang, and he created his own ultimate technique, 8 shuttle. Luofeng carefully recalled and immediately felt something was amiss. Tian Hou was very difficult to deal with. His strength was extremely strong, and his escape techniques were even more powerful. Even though I have the armor and don't fear the universe tyrants, my attacks are much weaker. Even the high-level knights of the universe have a hard time killing me. This Tian Hou, my chances of killing him are infinitely close to 0. Luofeng felt that the opponent was difficult to deal with. Who is he? The golden armored and winged golden horned beast? He's not one of the warriors of the Space Beast Alliance that I know of. Tian Hou gazed down at the golden horned beast, hesitating slightly. The Space Beast Alliance was too mysterious, and the warriors that popped out all had huge bodies that were hard to deal with. To kill a golden horned beast universe knight? Difficult. The golden horned beast and Tian Hou stared at each other, both wanting to steal the other's winged treasure. However, they both felt that the opponent was difficult to deal with. Luofeng's attacks were simply too weak, he couldn't deal with the opponent at all. And Tian Hou didn't have the confidence to kill a golden horned beast that was at least 1,000 kilometers long. I am Paragon Tiandu. Paragon Tiandu slowly descended and landed on a branch as he transmitted his voice. I, Gold Winged Knight. The golden horned beast replied solemnly. The Tian Hang Knight lifted his head slightly, his gaze like the morning sun landed on the golden horned beast, smiling. Space Beast Alliance Golden Winged Knight, the treasured wings, you have seemed to have a special connection with my wings. I want your precious wings. Tell me what you want. 1 top treasure. The golden horned beast said. Tian Hou frowned. Top treasure? Even the high and mighty universe lords didn't necessarily have top treasures. Even if the 2 wings were one, they might not become a top treasure after they fuse together. You don't want to trade? Tian Hou communicated. Aren't you the same? The golden horned beast replied. The moment the two communicated, their gazes met and they understood each other's determination. Obviously the two valued their wings very much. If they wanted to trade for it, they would need an extremely high-level treasure. And that level of treasure, they couldn't afford it, they probably didn't even have the ability to take it out. Rumble. Almost at the same time the two moved. Then you can die. A murderous glint flashed in Tian Heng's eyes. His divine power burned, and a 6-meter-long shuttle glowing with a black light appeared in the palms of his 8 arms. Then he thrust it at Shi Yan. Just you? The golden horned beast roared as it ignited its god body, flapping its wings and charging over. Rumble. Trees after trees began to tremble and even collapse. The two began to crazily fight at close range, exchanging over 100 blows in a second. More accurately speaking, it was Tian Hou the one attacking the golden horned beast, while the golden horned beast grew to a kilometer long. While taking the attacks head-on, it relied on its huge divine body to occasionally use its wings to retaliate. 8. Tian Hou's mouth let out a clear voice, the power of the 8 shuttles seemed to explode. 8. Tian Hou shouted again. 8. 3 consecutive shouts, the voice was so loud it shook the soul. Tian Hou's face suddenly had a hint of holiness, only his eyes had a heart-palpitating black light. It was the desperate ultimate technique of the ultimate technique, 8 shuttle. An incomparably beautiful move. At that moment, the golden horned beast had no way to resist, stupidly taking the attacks. Tian Hou's 8 arms grabbed the 8 shuttles of light. The 8 shuttles were like the source of the universe, so beautiful it could move one's soul. Tian Hou's wings flapped again and again, the flow of time around him changed, making his shuttles even more beautiful. This was a shockingly beautiful ultimate move. It was also a terrifyingly powerful ultimate move. Hua! The golden horned beast was like a heavy mountain, flipping backwards, crushing tree after tree before swiftly standing up. In the distance, Tian Hou was floating in midair, staring in disbelief at the golden horned beast. Your god body isn't damaged at all? It's a pity your god body is damaged. The golden horned beast's voice resounded. Your divine body is strong, your battle armor is strong. Humph, your supreme treasure will be mine one day. Unwillingness flashed through Paragon Tian Hou's eyes. He flapped his black wings and soared into the sky. He had no choice, he had already used his strongest move, his god body had been consumed by 3%, yet the opponent was taking it head-on without any damage. How to fight? Tian Hou's words were right, god body strong, armor strong, this made him feel helpless. So. The golden horned beast also swiftly flew away. The killer Wu's wings have long recognized its owner. Luofong was extremely shocked. A treasure that recognizes an owner will definitely follow the owner's orders. How can there be an uncontrollable situation? In that direction. The golden horned beast looked up into the distant sky. He felt that if he didn't suppress it, the killer Wu's wings would bring him directly in that direction. What's going on? In the direction that Luofong sensed in the distant sky, there was a silhouette standing there. He had a god body of about 8 m tall with a thick pair of legs and a total of 8 arms. His entire body seemed like it was made of metal without a single strand of hair, his head was even more shiny. He looked exactly like an automaton. This 8-armed bald automaton was dressed in black armor, on his back was a pair of black wings. Ong ong ong. The black wings were slightly trembling, even though the trembling was small, it was still trembling madly. The 8-armed bald knight turned to look at his own wings, and then at the direction of the gravitational force. What's going on? My wings are treasures, I've controlled them for trillions of years, I've never encountered a situation where I can't control them. He was strong, his position was respected. When the primal planet opened he had experienced a total of 8 times, even more dangerous and terrifying situations, and this was the first time his wings had gone out of control. Just what's the reason? The 8-armed bald knight's eyes gleamed coldly. So, with a flap of his wings, he became a peculiar black beam of light, swiftly heading in the direction he sensed. The golden horned beast stood on a branch, his wings slightly extended, looking up into the distant sky. He could clearly feel that the gravitational force was getting stronger and stronger, almost as though the source of the gravitational force was getting closer and closer. It's that direction. Black dot. The golden horned beast immediately saw a black light. Within the light, there was a black dot swiftly getting closer. It was obviously an absolute warrior. It's him. The golden horned beast looked up and stared. And the black light was getting closer. Simultaneously looking down in this direction, he too saw the golden horned beast with the golden wings. The two of them saw each other. Their gazes met. No, it's the wings on his back. The golden horned beast's gaze swiftly landed on the black wings on the warrior's back. And the 8-armed bald knight looked down, his gaze also landing on the golden wings of the golden horned beast. The two of them almost simultaneously felt, the two wings attracting each other. Don't tell me my wings are just a part of some treasure? Luofong was shocked, followed by ecstasy. My wings, don't tell me they're damaged? The 8-armed bald knight too revealed a look of ecstasy. The two's gazes met. Their killing intent wasn't hidden at all. On the primal planet, beside the space whirlpool that floated in mid-air, a majestic silhouette slowly descended, stepping on the barren land. He was over 1,000 kilometers tall, and his entire body was covered in black and red scale armor. His facial skin was green, and his eyebrows were green as well. He had 2 dark red curved horns, and his single eye seemed to be able to see through everything that was happening on the entire planet, causing the surrounding space to tremble. Rumble. The entire primal planet, be it the wilderness, forests, deserts, mountains, swamps, oceans, they were all affected by an irresistible force. The warriors from the various races on the primal planet were all extremely shocked. Not good, the Universe Lord has descended. It's the Universe Lord. The Universe Lord actually descended on this primal planet. Most of the knights from the various races didn't know why the Universe Lord had descended. They immediately held it in, not daring to resist at all. Even though just relying on controlling space and time wasn't enough to kill the Universe Lords, it was enough to make it difficult for them to even walk, much less fly. And the Universe Lord could easily fly over, and then attack and kill his target. Universe Lords, even though their full power was comparable to the most normal Universe Lord's power. However, the power here was actually the power of the most normal Universe Lord when he didn't use his treasures. However, how could a Universe Lord not have treasures? Amongst the Universe Lords, there were very few who actually dared to challenge the Universe Lord and fight him one-on-one. At least on this primal planet, there weren't any such powerful Universe Lords. Hence when they felt the powerful force and understood that it was the Universe Lord controlling space and time, none of the knights dared to resist. Not good. It shouldn't be the Primal Chaos City leader's teacher. The golden horned beast looked up, feeling the omnipresent force and was shocked. If it was the Primal Chaos City leader, he would have communicated with him already. The Universe Lord is really powerful. This force is actually this strong he probably hasn't even used his full power. Luofong exclaimed. Once he became the Lord of the Universe he would be able to control a region of time and space. He could even reverse time and space to see everything that had happened in the past, and it was not impossible to bring a fallen existence from the past to the present. The region of time and space he could control was extremely vast, and he could easily envelop a primitive planet with a diameter of 100 billion kilometers. Leave it to me. You can all leave now. The Northern Border Alliance Universe Lords that were arranged on the primitive planet all heard a voice that made their hearts tremble. As Universe Lords, they knew most of the Northern Border Alliance Universe Lords. Therefore, the moment they heard the voice, almost half of them immediately determined, this was the voice of the overturning Demon Lord. Everyone was overjoyed. At the same time they heaved a sigh of relief. They no longer had to be as cautious as before. The Overturned Devil Lord stood in the wilderness, instantly controlling everything on the planet. His single eye pierced through the layers of space, rocks and mud, directly looking at the golden horned beast in the distant forest that was filled with shock. The Astral Beast Alliance. A cold glint flashed past the single eye of the Overthrown Devil Lord. Oomph. Boom. In the vast forest, the space around the golden horned beast suddenly expanded. It was like a formless giant had grabbed the golden horned beast and clenched it, trying to crush the golden horned beast. In the forest, the golden horned beast felt an extremely terrifying power descend. It immediately burned its god energy to resist. However, the surrounding space continued to expand, its power continued to increase. Chi, the golden horned beast's god body was being depleted under the pressure. In the blink of an eye, it had already lost 1%. 99%, 98%, 97%, its god body continued to weaken. If I had the Calamity Armor, I could reduce it to 1/10,000 of its original strength. I definitely wouldn't have lost my god energy so easily. However, the Universe Lord is really strong. I haven't even been able to see him and I'm already heavily injured. The golden horned beast stood on all fours, trying its best to stand and resist the pressure. Golden horned beast. A cold voice reverberated around. Where's your treasure armor? You once suffered the combined attacks of 8 Universe Lords. One of them even used a treasure to attack you. You were unharmed. How can I injure you just by controlling space? Where's your armor? Where's your wings? Kill me if you have the ability. Ha ha ha. The golden horned beast roared. Looks like you've moved your treasures. The cold voice resounded. Oomph. The golden horned beast snorted. The overturned demon lord's power was limitless. To be able to reach this level he naturally wasn't stupid. He only used space to slightly suppress the golden horned beast. After which, he prepared to condense his god energy and attack from afar. However, before he could condense his god energy, the golden horned beast's god body actually started to be destroyed. This was out of the overturned demon lord's expectations. The legendary golden horned beast that was said to have extremely strong defense and was even harder to deal with than many universe lords. How could it be killed so easily? Without a doubt there was only one explanation. The golden horned beast had already moved the treasures away. Golden horned beast, as the universe lord, naturally I don't want to kill you. The cold voice resounded. It probably wasn't easy for you to accumulate your god body. You better hand over the sword Halua part. As long as you hand over the sword Halua part, or tell me where you hid it, I'll let you go. If I had the treasures on me, great universe lord, you would probably just kill me, right? Why would you waste your breath on me? The golden horned beast said solemnly. It's a pity that I don't have any treasures on me. Don't threaten me, it's useless. My golden horned beast race is born with cloning techniques. If my god body dies, the other god bodies will be fine. As for soul techniques? With my willpower and consciousness, even though I'm not your match, I can still easily self-destruct before you succeed. The golden horned beast said solemnly. The surroundings were silent. Obviously the overturned demon lord was silent for a while too. Indeed, to rely on the soul to control a universe lord? This was too difficult. Even those universe lords who specialized in the soul would find it almost impossible to enslave a universe overlord. After all, the difference in willpower and consciousness between the two wasn't huge. And to be able to become a universe lord, they were all extraordinary beings. Soul control was practically a dream. Not to mention the fact that the overturned demon lord wasn't specialized in the soul aspect. As for the soul corrosion, the universe lords were extremely sensitive and careful. The moment they realized they couldn't defend against it, they would instantly self-destruct. Golden horned beast. The voice was getting colder. Are you threatening me? I don't dare threaten the universe lord. I'm just not willing to hand over the sword River Luo part. The golden horned beast said solemnly. When the treasure appeared on the Primal Star, I relied on luck and strength to obtain it. The universe lord is high up, his position is respected. Why do you have to use such methods to steal my treasure? I believe that the universe lord doesn't lack this treasure. Oomph. A cold snort exploded beside the golden horned beast. Obviously the overturned demon lord was starting to get angry. If you transfer the treasure, at most you can transfer it to other warriors. You definitely can't leave the Primal Star. After all, the surroundings have been set up long ago. And since the sword River Luo appeared until now, Even sublight speed flight can only cover such a large area. In such a large area, there are a total of 122 Universe Lords, of which the Prison Clan and Great Alliance are famous. There are 89 who won't help you. As for the others, there are only 33 who aren't famous or famous. Your treasure is definitely in one of the 33 supremacies. I'll give you two choices. 1. Tell me where the treasure is. I only want the Sword River Luo. 2. I'll waste some time. At most, I'll start a massacre. I'll probably only need to kill 8 to 10 Universe Lords to find the Sword River Luo part. When that time comes, I'll take all your other treasures. Make your choice. The first path or the second path. The Overturned Demon Lord's voice resounded. The Golden Horned Beast revealed a shocked expression. You want to start a massacre? Before I fall, I'll probably search most of the 33 Universe Lords. I only need to kill a few of them. What's more, those who dare defy me, so what if I kill them? The Overturned Demon Lord continued. This. The Golden Horned Beast panicked for the first time. Luofong actually wasn't panicking, because everything was within his expectations. Just like what the Primal Chaos City leader said, separating himself from the serene ocean body could buy him some time. Of course, all it did was buy him some time. If the Primal Chaos City leader didn't arrive, then the Overturned Demon Lord would still be able to find all the treasures. However, I believe that just for the Sword River Luo, to attack the other Universe Lords, even the Overturned Demon Lord would hesitate. I'll stall for time. As long as I can, my teacher will arrive soon. Luofong thought. The Golden Horned Beast gritted its teeth and performed. Overturned Demon Lord, you are a Universe Lord, why? Rumble. A similarly terrifying ripple descended and enveloped the entire planet. The space restraints that were binding the Golden Horned Beast were immediately broken. Another Master of the Universe. There are 2 Universe Lords. Just what's going on with our planet? The Universe Lords on the planet who didn't know what was going on were extremely shocked. Teacher is here? Luofong thought. A huge flaming beast that covered over 10,000 kilometers appeared in mid-air. Endless energy emanated from it, majestic and powerful. Overturned Demon Lord. I heard that your North Border Alliance wants to attack my Space Beast Alliance warriors for their treasures? Are you provoking our Space Beast Alliance? The huge beast within the endless flames roared. The roar pierced through layers of space and reached the majestic Overturned Demon Lord in the distant wilderness. Flame Star Lord. The Overturned Demon Lord's one eye flashed with rage. The Flame Star Lord was one of the 12 bloodlines of the Space Beast Alliance, the oldest and strongest being of the Flame Star Beast race. Within the endless flames, the Flaming Star Lord snorted angrily. Rumble, every inch of space in the entire primitive star trembled. Every inch of the spacetime that the overthrown Demon Lord had previously controlled was being plundered. Clearly, the Flame Star Lord and the overthrown Demon Lord were fighting for control over the entire spacetime of the primitive star. Overturned Demon Lord. The beast within the flames roared, the roar pierced through layers of space and exploded in the ears of the Overturned Demon Lord. That golden horned beast is a member of my Space Beast Alliance. Since I'm here, don't even think of harming him. Come, you can't control the space to suppress him, you can only fly over slowly. Such a distance. The warriors of my Space Beast Alliance could have left through the whirlpool long ago. The Overturned Demon Lord stood in the vast wilderness like a mountain range, his face filled with rage. He said solemnly, Flaming Star Lord, my North Border Alliance has long set up this trap. Even if you stop me, I can still stop you from controlling space. When the time comes, the other warriors of the North Border Alliance, under my guidance, can completely surround that golden horned beast. He still won't be able to escape. First team, advance, the direction is the universe coordinates. Second team, advance, the direction is the universe coordinates. The Overturned Demon Lord communicated to the warriors of the North Border Alliance. Even through the alliance itself, he gave the order to the 6 teams guarding the other end of the whirlpool passage. Even though the Overturned Demon Lord was obviously unable to control the golden horned beast through space, he could clearly see every move of the golden horned beast. Yes. Rumble. In the 6 whirlpool passages of the primitive star, at almost the same time, numerous overlords surged out. At this moment, the tens of overlords of the North Border Alliance gathered on the primitive star, surrounding the golden horned beast from different directions. He is a member of my Space Beast Alliance. The Flaming Star Lord was furious. He too was unable to control space under the interference of the opponent, but he could still sense the movements on the primitive star. At this time, even the Flaming Star Lord had to sigh. The North Border Alliance was indeed the alliance with the most races and warriors. Although the Northern Border Alliance only had one strongest powerhouse in the universe, it had many more Lords of the Universe and Universe Overlords. Therefore, the Northern Border Alliance was especially crazy when it came to fighting for resources. Overthrown Devil Lord, the experts of my Astral Behemoth Alliance have obtained treasures, yet you, a mere Lord of the Universe, are scheming against us? The Lord of the Flame Star was enraged. You've angered me? Humph, don't talk about reason. In this vast universe, everything else is fake. Strength is number one. The Overturned Devil Lord snorted, Flaming Star Lord, I can give you face, I can give the Space Beast face and not touch the golden horned beast. But you only need to hand over the sword Halua's divine sword. Although it was only a part, the sword River Net was a top-notch domain supreme treasure, and its offensive power was no less than a peak attack supreme treasure. The Thorny Ring Alliance would definitely get it back at all costs. A divine sword was definitely worth more than a high-grade supreme treasure. Haha, what a joke. The Lord of the Flame Star roared and the flames surged. Then let's see. You can summon experts but can't I? I will directly summon the Golden Horn Master. I want to see what you can do to the experts of my giant star beast. Umph. Come, so what if I come? The Overturned Devil Lord wasn't afraid at all and snorted angrily. From the Primal Star, it would probably take a long time to fly to where I am. I can affect time and no one can control it. If the Universe Lords want to deal with someone, they would have to fly over slowly. Why would I be afraid of the Golden Horn Master? Although he said this, the Overturned Devil Lord was actually a little afraid. Because the Golden Horn Master was one of the most terrifying Universe Lords of the Space Beast Alliance. Because he had a total of 4 great god bodies, he was the hardest to deal with. You summoned the Golden Horn Master. Do you think that the experts of my North Border Alliance are weaker than your Space Beast Alliance? The Overturned Devil Lord didn't lower his head at all. The experts of the North Border Alliance had a weird temperament. Because they were formed from the alliance of several powerful races, and none of them were from the top races. Before they formed an alliance, they naturally had to lower their heads. But after they formed an alliance and invited a solo universe expert to take charge, that was different. In the past, they had always lowered their heads, but after forming the North Border Alliance, they never lowered their heads. They would rather die in battle than to lower their heads. The moment a treasure appeared, the North Border Alliance would send large numbers of experts to surround them. This was the North Border Alliance. A crazy alliance, the North Border Alliance that was famous for having many experts. Just as the Overthrown Devil Lord and the Flame Star Lord were facing each other from tens of billions of kilometers away, another incomparably powerful aura emerged from the whirlpool passageway that led to the outside world. It was a huge figure that was tens of thousands of kilometers tall. It was holding an ancient, dilapidated stone staff and walking barefoot. It was wearing the 1,000 treasure robe. Haha, I didn't expect there to be 2 universe lords. A majestic voice spread out and at the same time, some indistinct voices started to ring out. These voices were very soft, but they rang out in the hearts of every expert on the primitive star. Hong Long Long. The mighty galaxy river instantly enveloped the entire primitive star, and on this blurry river floated many powerful strange artifacts that exuded an immense pressure. At this moment, all the experts on the primitive star, including the universe overlords, didn't dare to move at all. Primal Chaos City Master. The Overturned Devil Lord was shocked. Primal Chaos City Master. The Flaming Star Lord was shocked too. The two of them were universe lords with some status, but obviously in terms of status, they couldn't compare to this Primal Chaos City Master. The 3 clones of the Primal Chaos City Master. Any one of them would be much stronger than the 2 of them. Just this 1,000 treasure river alone was a top-grade domain-type treasure. Although the 3 of them couldn't control time and space, the Primal Chaos City Master didn't need to. Just this domain-type treasure alone. And it was a top-grade treasure. Just with the power of the treasure, he could easily kill a universe overlord. Of course, the Primal Chaos City Master didn't dare to act recklessly unless he decided to engage in a large-scale war with the North Border Alliance. Otherwise, a lofty and powerful lord of the universe wouldn't dare to carry out a massacre so easily. Primal Chaos City Master. The Flaming Star Lord was nervous and roared, "That's an expert of my Space Beast Alliance. Your status is high, you wouldn't go so far as to snatch a little fellow's treasure, right? Ah, power comes first. If the Primal Chaos City Master snatches it, what can you do?" The Overturned Devil Lord's voice transmitted over. "Primal Chaos City Master, please give the Space Beast Alliance some face." The Flaming Star Lord said. If not for the 1,000 treasure river, even if the Primal Chaos City Master was strong, the Flaming Star Lord wouldn't be afraid. But with the 1,000 treasure river, the Primal Chaos City Master could instantly kill the Golden Horn Beast. This was one of the advantages of a domain-type treasure. At least against weaklings, it could be said to be unstoppable. Does the Great Alliance care about your Space Beast Alliance? The Overturned Devil Lord said from the side, "Primal Chaos City Master, your methods are strong. With this 1,000 treasure river, this time the North Border Alliance is at a disadvantage. I won't interfere. As for who gets the Sword River Net, you can fight with the Flaming Star Lord." Even though the Overturned Devil Lord said that he wouldn't interfere, he was happy to watch the show. The Great Alliance was a very strong power. The Space Beast Alliance was very mysterious but very united. If the two were to fight, that would be interesting. Primal Chaos City Master. The Flaming Star Lord said. "Flaming Star Lord, the Primal Chaos City Master didn't come here for nothing." The Overturned Devil Lord said. Ha ha. The Primal Chaos City Master's laughter resounded, causing the Flaming Star Lord and the Overturned Devil Lord's state of mind to be affected. The two of them were secretly shocked. It was said that the Primal Chaos City Master was one of the strongest universe masters under the strongest in the universe. The Primal Chaos City Master laughed. "Flaming Star Lord, since you have spoken, I won't go so far as to snatch the treasure of a little fellow. I will give you face, I won't interfere." The Overturned Devil Lord who was standing in the endless wilderness was stunned. Within the flames, the Flaming Star Lord immediately said, "Then I really have to thank the Primal Chaos City Master." The Overturned Devil Lord snorted coldly. he turned and stepped into the whirlpool tunnel. Retreat. The Overturned Devil Lord's order resounded in the ears of the North Border Alliance's tens of overlords. Just now he said that he wouldn't interfere. Even though he was a little angry, he definitely wouldn't interfere. After all, as a universe master, he could be arrogant, he could be crazy, he could be arrogant, but he had to keep his words. At their level, they still valued their face and dignity very much. Let's go. Even though the divergent Blood Palace Lord and the other tens of overlords were helpless, they could only listen obediently. Great Alliance's knights, listen up, don't deal with the golden horned beast. The Primal Chaos City Master ordered. As one of the highest level beings in the Great Alliance, the other knights had all heard of the Primal Chaos City Master's voice, and they all obeyed. Wah! Tian Hou vanished, the Primal Chaos City Master too took a step and left. While the Primal Chaos City Master was communicating to the other warriors, Luofong heard a different message in his ears. Disciple, since the Space Beast Alliance is interfering, it couldn't be better. Since the Overturned Devil Lord said that he wouldn't interfere, the North Border Alliance would definitely not interfere. The other parties also knew that this matter involved 3 Universe Lords, they wouldn't interfere either. The only worry is the Thorny Ring Alliance. You don't have to worry, later let your 9 Underworld clone follow the other warriors and leave through the Whirlpool Tunnel. Even if the Thorny Ring Alliance's warriors rush over and prepare, it would still take a while. Luofong let out a sigh of relief. They had all left. Only then did the golden horned beast spread its wings and began to fly. Suddenly, little punk. The Flaming Star Lord's powerful voice resounded in the golden horned beast's ears. I've never seen you in the Space Beast Alliance, don't tell me you've always been a wandering golden horned beast? Any space beast, even though they've been wandering the universe since young, as long as they reach the undying level, the moment they're discovered, they'll be quickly brought back to the Alliance. You're already so strong yet you've never returned?